I have a question. I started reading The Keys to the Ultimate Freedom recently, and last night I was on section 3, spiritual growth, and it is a list of aphorisms, and it says it suggested that the below aphorisms be absorbed one at a time. Try to understand one before going on to the next. The two that gave me pause to be sure I was understanding was being read from the perspective of knowing being as one. And so they were, in our desire to attain liberation or realization, we are helped to the degree that we help all others. And then the next one is, grow to the point where your whole attention is off you and on others.
So let's go one by one. Read the first one again. Your help to the degree, yes?
Yeah, in our desire to attain liberation or realization, we are helped to the degree that we help all others.
I have the sweetness experience to be with Lester for 19 years until he passed away. And it was in the last, let's say, 10 years or 8 years that he said, now we can really talk from the top. Because up until then, we were not ready to hear that. So he was giving you guidelines like this one. If you are interested in the liberation, you will be helped to the degree that you help others. Now, let me give you an idea about this help others. This help others is when you see them for what they truly are. When you grant their consciousness, when you grant their beingness. You see? The mind thinks that is help, that you have to do something physical to help. Yes, that may appear in some of us, in our lives, that we dedicate our life to help. There's nothing wrong with that. That is compelled within you. But here to help the others is to truly see them for what they are. Also, you're helping others. You're to the degree that you want your own freedom. To that degree, by helping others, is you're not disapproving of others. You are not judging the others. Mm-hmm. So you're not practicing disapproval. You're not practicing separation. You see, you are not practicing unlovingness. So you see that to the degree that you are not any longer doing that, to that degree you be helped to fulfill the desire for what you are. So that is what at the time when he said that, it was giving us a guideline for us that we were in the world, very active, and dealing with others, all this, and we were just brand new in this, in this radical way of seeing the world, that they are not others.
Thank you.
You see, because they are not. You have to the moment you don't see them for what they are others. The moment you see them for what they are, they have never been another. You see? And again, our experience is that we see the others the way you see yourself. You can only see them the way you see yourself, isn't it? So the moment you open to the beingness, the consciousness, the oneness that you are, and you're starting to grant it in yourself more and more, then any time that you enter in contact with anyone, whether it's in any activity, when we go shopping at the grocery store, the cashier, or anything, you immediately, by granting them their beingness, in that moment the separation is not any longer present. You see? And that is a very effective way to experience that is only one single being. So you see, that is the depth of what Lester was saying there.
I thought that I, understood that and was perceiving as such, but I think there was some residual melting, releasing around that.
Yes, that's why we're here, you see? So yes, as I can see that you, as you were hearing, something was getting looser within you.
I'll say.
Yes, and lighter, yes, and still is there, you see? And through the day, you will feel some loosening up, more and more. We are helping others the moment we see them for what they are, and we're not being gossipy, or we're not being judgmental, or we're not being disapproving. You see? And that doesn't mean, by the way, that then within the clarity you can act very firmly if that is what is required by the situation. Because the moment you start to be more and more what you are is very intelligent. And it will give you the clarity that is needed if that is what the situation is requiring. And what helps for this experiencing to be experienced is to keep it very simple. That are you acting from wanting, or are you acting from spontaneity?
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel the wanting, oh, okay, now you know what it is. Only energy. And unravels the moment you, consciousness, recognizes for what it is, it unravels. Because it's not real. What you are is real. So the moment you, reality, is not interested in it, it unravels. And what unravels actually is the tendency to hold on. So, congratulations that you are in very good company. This book, you can open it anywhere. It's a book actually that I never read. I just started to, I only opened it because one sentence was enough. It was like the pill of the day or the pill of the moment. You see? And it was just, during the day or during my activity, that was the background of this status doing its work.
So for the second one, then grow to the point where your whole attention is off you and on others. That is just being the wholeness, is what that's saying.
Exactly.
Being ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And the beauty, for some of us that are hearing that, right, it's not like an imposition. And you could say, you know what, I don't feel like to do that. Wonderful. If that's what is arising, look at it. Are you that? Or are you that which is aware of it? You see, because that is the thing. It's not a right or wrong. We have to be very honest. Because only consciousness is honest. What we imagine to be is not honest because it's not real. It's a lie. And as a lie is dishonest. So it's very good that I don't, in your case, it was its natural openness to do that, to feel like that. But if some of us said, I don't feel to do that, good. Just notice that reaction. And it's for you to hold on to that or not. You see, many things that you may read from Lester, most of it will, if you read it, it will generate a reaction on you. So what I will recommend is, to allow the reaction to be what is, to get released, and then read it again. Just see what happens. Lester was he had an art how to generate releasing. How to generate the relaxation of the mastering of holding on for dear life. You see? Because that's what we do. We hold on to what is not real for dear life. We hold on to the idea of being someone for dear life. We think that your whole life will collapse around if you're not any longer, if you stop being the way that you have been being up until now, so to speak. And it does. By the way, what collapses is the point of view. But what you are is ever the same.
So point of view, like opinions and mental things as opposed to perspective.
Yes, interpretations.
Yes.
And that's what you will find out, and that's what it's extraordinary when we start to find out that the mind tells you, this is like this is like that, and then you find out that it couldn't be further from the truth. And that's what is wonderful, when you start to see that the mind is 99.9% wrong.
It's very exciting. Yes.
It gives you confidence not to go along with the mind. You know, for some of us, like you say, well, I don't know, I'm still going along with my mind. When you start to realize that, wow, it couldn't be so and the contrary is the opposite.
Quite, yes.
Yes. So some of us have had that experience. Yeah.
Yes, after thinking I knew a lot of things for quite some time.
Yeah, except we all have been in the same boat. We're in the same boat. Yeah.